Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashley from ashleyhan.com, and by the end of this video, you are going to know exactly how to write an SEO article to drive targeted traffic and leads to your website or blog. Everything that I share on my channel are the exact proven methods and strategies that I use with my own clients to make sure that their website is highly optimized, generating a ton of leads, and ultimately is a lead converting machine. So for the best online marketing and branding tips and strategies, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified when I release new videos every week to help you take your business and marketing to the next level. So if you are just not sure where to start with SEO and writing an SEO article, keep watching this video because by the end of the video, you're gonna know exactly how. By the way, I'm using WordPress here. You can use any platform that you want. I highly recommend using WordPress. So I'm gonna take you on my screen here and I'm gonna show you exactly the step-by-step process to make sure that you create the best SEO article that ranks in Google and drives targeted traffic to your website. All right, so here we are in the back end of WordPress, my favorite website platform, and I actually highly recommend to write your blog posts or articles directly here in the WordPress platform. I do it here under posts, and just because it's super easy, the formatting's nice, you can save it as a draft, you don't have to publish it right away. There's a few more reasons which I will get to in a little bit. But first, let's talk about the step-by-step how to create the best SEO article to drive the most targeted traffic to your website. So first and foremost, number one, you must choose a keyword. If you want to know how to choose a keyword, this is not the video for you. There's another video that I have that shows you exactly how to choose the best keyword for you. For now, we're just going to go with the one that's chosen here as an example, which is website design tips. FYI, this is a draft. It is not published yet and is also not done, but I am using it for the purposes of this video as an example. So number one, choose a keyword. Number two, create a title. So your title needs to have your keyword in it, and it should typically always have it in the front end. So instead of get more leads with these website design tips, for example, it says website design tips to get more leads, okay? I added this to get more leads. You can do whatever you want, but this just makes the title more catchy, okay? So you can always add something to the back end of your keyword to just make it more interesting and enticing, which is what we want, right? So make sure that your keyword is front and center in your title, exactly as it is. So website design tips, not website design tip without an S, okay? So make sure it's exactly word for word to the T what your keyword is that you're targeting. Okay, next, after that, we want to make sure also that your permalink here, which you'll be able to edit after you start writing, you'll see this pop up, and you can edit it by clicking that edit button. You want to make sure that you have, again, your exact keyword here. And notice I put dashes. You want to put dashes in between where the spaces usually are. So website dash design dash tips. Okay, so always make sure that your keyword is on the URL string here for the permalink. And then let's move down to the copy. All right, so rule of thumb, you want at least 750 words, minimum 750 words. Obviously, the more, the better. And make sure you're not just rambling. Make sure your content is valuable. Google is getting smarter and smarter with their algorithm, and they're seeing if people are actually scrolling down and reading through your content, AKA, is your content actually read worthy? Is it valuable? 750 words minimum is my recommendation to get you ranked. And then the next thing is keyword density. What does that mean? Okay, keyword density means your keyword, for example, the one that we're going with here is website design tips. I'm gonna do a quick control find so you can see. You want this exact keyword to be mentioned at least, rule of thumb, at least 4 times throughout your article. And you obviously don't want it to sound forced, make it sound organic. Like for example here, so you want to learn some amazing website design tips to get more leads from your website. Okay, cool. Over here, the top most important and most effective 9 website design tips. that you can implement right now. Okay, so we're sprinkling it in throughout the content. So let's see, that was 2. You don't want to count any H1 or H2 headings, which, by the way, that's another pro tip, is make sure that you're utilizing these headings. Okay, it also looks pretty, and I'm not going to get too techie, but it also shows up in the source code when you're using H1, H2, H3, etc. tags, and it looks good also. So always use those headings, plus they make your content look nice. So don't count the ones in the headings though. Let's focus on body content. Okay, so you want to make sure that your keyword is mentioned at least 4 times in the body of your content. So we got 1, 2, this is an example, remember, 3, oh come on, 4, 5. So we got it 5 times. Great. Okay. Also, the more the merrier. Just make sure again that it makes sense and it doesn't seem forced. You don't want to do any keyword stuffing. That is no good. Okay, so next thing is make sure that your exact keyword is in the first 2 to 3 sentences of your article. It needs to be in the first 2 to 3 sentences, for this one, for example, website design tips, just like you see it here. Really, really important. So I put it in my first sentence. Better safe than sorry. So this is mentioning the exact keyword right away. That is a huge rule of thumb. So make sure that you're mentioning your exact keyword within the first 2 to 3 sentences of opening the content body of your article. All right. Next, images and different media formats. Very, very important. Rule of thumb, you want to have a minimum of 3 per article. Images, and even better, the more variety of media formats that you have, the better, okay? It's actually seen to be more valuable that way. So, for example, video, if you can put a video on here, which by the way, on this article, I am going to put a video on here. A video, a GIF, whatever. So just putting different types of visual content on here. The way that we consume content today is very visual. So that's very important. Make sure you have at least 3 minimum per article. All right, and they're sprinkled throughout. Like you can see, mine are sprinkled throughout here, and I have a little diagram here. Okay, so next we have structuring content. So structure the content in an engaging way. No long, ongoing paragraphs. You want a maximum of 3 to 4 sentences per paragraph, and use bullet points and numbered lists. You'll see that I'm using numbered lists a lot. I'm also using, what's really cool is in the back end here, this is why I really, really encourage you to just type it straight from the get-go in WordPress, okay? Because look, they have little like block quotes, okay? So I selected that text, so you can also, I want to show you how it works. So you can select text, hit that block quote, and it makes it into a block quote format. Okay, so that's a really, really cool thing. All right, so that is another tip, and you'll see too these bullet points. This is great. So you want like I have bullet points and numbered lists. I think here's a numbered list here. Boom. So this just makes the content a lot more engaging for the audience, so it's not just a long bulk of text to read. That's not how we consume content anymore. Okay, so next, you always want to include, which I think you saw when I scrolled down here, a brief bullet pointed summary at the end of your article. So this summarizes your article super concisely. You want this to be for those people that just want the quick the cliff notes, if you will, okay, of your article. So you'll see here, to summarize everything from above, here then I blah, blah, blah. So then I listed them here again, super concisely, everything that I explained up here in detail. Okay, the reason why that's important is, you remember me mentioning earlier that Google is actually measuring to see how long users are staying on your site and if they're scrolling, okay? If a user just lands on your website, they don't even scroll and they exit out, or they barely scroll down to read your content and they leave, like ding, that's not good. That's not gonna be good for your ranking, and it's basically telling Google that your content's not valuable. So when you include a summary at the bottom, which a lot of times people look for this because a lot of articles are doing this nowadays where there's a summary at the bottom. So including a summary at the bottom gets them to scroll all the way down through to the end of your article, which is what you want them to do. So that's sending a great signal to Google saying my content is valuable. People are scrolling to the very bottom, okay? So that is why you do that. Make it as concise and valuable as possible. Value, 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 super, super important. Okay, the other thing is internal links. I know this sounds scary. It's not, I promise. Okay, so there's things called external links like this. I linked to Pingdom, which is another website, and I think, yep, you can see. So that's not my website. This is the website I'm on right now is ashleyhand.com. This I'm externally linking somewhere else. Those don't create much value for you. That actually creates value for this site that you're linking to. Internal links are the opposite. So while this is an external link, an internal link, which I have not added in this article yet, would be, for example, you know how I said I created another video where I'm talking about choosing the right keyword. So if in here, where I'm talking about it in here, if I hyperlinked into the same, within my website, that's why they call it internal link, to that article, that would be one internal link. But here's the key. There's a certain way that you want to do this. So let's just stick right here for a second just to make things easy. Pretend that my other article that I'm internally linking to within this article, okay, is targeting the keyword video testimonials. So AKA I have another article living in my site that is targeting the keyword video testimonials and is talking about how to create video testimonials, okay? So, or how to use video testimonials on your website. Now, what we would want to hyperlink, okay, hyperlinking means going like this and clicking that and then linking to that article within my website, that's internal link. And so I'm hyperlinking it. You want to hyperlink the exact keyword that the other article is targeting, because that gives power to your other article. You're literally just feeding your articles, okay? So you're giving power to that, you're anchoring that keyword is sort of the term there. So you, instead of doing, this is sort of weird, but say I did social proof on your website. Say I hyperlinked that to an article that is whose focus keyword, target keyword is video testimonials. That wouldn't be as valuable as if I hyperlinked the actual keyword that other article is targeting. Okay, so that's how you do internal linking. You want to sprinkle at least 3 internal links per article minimum. Okay, the more the better. And again, don't stuff, no stuffing, make it organic, make it make sense and provide value, okay? So that's really, really important. And again, guys, if there's anything that you don't understand, leave me a comment. I am more than happy to clarify anything that's a little confusing for you. And to end off this demonstration, I really want to show you, I'm excited to show you Yoast. Ta-da! Oops. How did I close it? Yoast SEO. This is a plugin that you will want to install into your WordPress site immediately. Okay, so you can do that by going here into plugins and add new. Okay, so install the Yoast plugin. This will help you so much, especially if you're a noob, you're not used, you don't know how to really use SEO. This will remind you to make sure you're doing everything correctly. So it'll give you a readability analysis, which is, remember when I was telling you to structure your content in an engaging way? That's pretty much what this is, and you can sort of read through that, which is really helpful for you. So I definitely recommend to do that. And all the things. So this really helps you. You want to create a focused keyword, all of that. If you want to learn how to, I already have a video and an article that talks about how to target your focus keyword. Your target keyword goes here. You actually type it in Yoast, so they can measure how well you've done targeting it and using it in your content. And then if you want to learn how to write a meta description, please watch my video on how to write an SEO meta description, because that is a whole separate video. And really for this video, I just want to show you the basics on how to write the content. So if you want to know the specifics on how to write meta data, okay, how to write your meta description, then please watch that video or read that article on my website. And by the way, something that I did not mention in my screencast there is always try and use conversational text and conversational language. What does that mean? You and I, okay? So conversational language within your SEO article is what Google looks for and actually has been shown to outrank other articles that are more strictly educational. So create conversational tone and languaging in your articles. For example, today I am going to show you how to blank, 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 right? So that is a conversational sentence. Try to use you and I as much as you can throughout your article so that you're coming from first person and you're talking to the person that is reading your article directly. So now that you know how to write the perfect SEO article for your website to drive targeted traffic there, you must know what to do when they get there. How do you convert these users? Because it's one thing to drive traffic to your articles and to your website. It's a completely different thing to actually be converting those visitors, right? Because the goal is that we want to convert every eyeball on your website into a paying client customer lead or deal. So how do you do that? Well, I've included a free checklist below that you can download at no cost to you that goes over all of the I's that need to be dotted and T's that need to be crossed in order for your website to convert eyeballs into paying clients, customers, and cash. So make sure that you download that. And as always, if my content was valuable for you, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button if it was helpful, and comment below letting me know that you got some value from this. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask those in the comments below as well. And I cannot wait to see you on the next episode. Have a beautiful day.